Hey everyone, RemanX here, and we're going to talk a little bit about, well, a surprise drop last night. We had a couple of hints of some secrets coming to the game, maybe some more opportunity to kind of guess who's that Pokemon, who's that character in Marvel. Yeah, I know, I did the who's that Pokemon, somebody had to. Who's that Pokemon, now I'm saying it on... Who's that Marvel character coming to the game? Well, let's talk about something now that Sam Wilson is confirmed. And by the way, the data mine kit may not be his final kit, but I do expect that with the blog, hopefully today, we'll have some information on that and get some idea who the next teasers are. The patches are quickly approaching us, so we'll have that information here. I can't believe we're at the end of the patch. Adam Warlock cosplay coming up. Here we go. So we're seeing something that happens, and it tends to happen by accident when they release new characters. We're in the middle of a crunch, and we're going to talk about it right now. So I am experiencing the skill crunch. We had Colleen Wing show up. We've had skill was the hardest lane, and we've looked at the kit from, if you guys haven't taken a look at it, you can take a look at msf.gg. Click on the stat table on the left, and you guys can pull up the kit for Sam Wilson. Again, it is a data mined info, not to be confirmed until the information gets into our hands, but looks like he's going to help become a skill solution. Infinity Watch featuring two very high-powered skill characters. And so, just like normal, when the origins get stacked the way they are right now, we're in the middle of a skill crunch, and you want to be prepared. There is also a possibility that members of his team may wind up being skill. That'll be something we'll have to stay tuned for. We'll have to find out when that announcement is made down the future. So skill crunch is real. And so a lot of little things happen here. We've taken these guys up. They're really good. And so the problem with this is I think that I can actually do the skill raid now. Almost 500k health. I'm like in awe of her stats. It's just insane when it comes down to it. So I'm absolutely just incredible. You know, Moondragon is no slouch yourself, but as you add more gear, obviously getting her to gear 14 is going to mean I can start potentially using them in arena and putting them on defense, which is a next level of testing for you. So Phylavel, same thing. So not only am I out of the catalysts, which are just never in supply when you're bringing up characters at such a high pace. Now we got to take a look and see how they do in the raid. So I brought these characters up because I wanted to try them out in the Doom raid. You guys have seen me do it. We're going to do this relatively quickly here on stream. Now that we've maxed the characters, this has been my raid team for the skill lanes. ISO 5, no regrets there. They're actually doing some amazing things here. So I've just been informed by my alliance mate that he beat the boss. That's okay. I only need to see how hard they're hitting over here and how good their survivability is. So obviously you guys have seen the videos before. Now that she has the stars, this should just be a joke. And so that's the thing about the game is over time, eventually you get the solution sold to you. And so I am often just in awe of how powerful the characters are becoming quickly. And so I made a couple of videos talking about how we got here. Like I don't think it's bad that necessarily that we're in the middle of a power crunch. Okay? That we have a lot of gear and a lot of opportunities to grab some characters, and these characters all feel pretty relevant, right? The problem I have is just how quickly some of the other investments we've made are becoming obsolete. So Colleen Wing did have some uses in here. You guys will see that some of the players in top alliances that had extra resources brought Colleen Wing and were doing amazing things. But Infinity Watch is going to be my arena team going forward. And so the investments I've made here are carrying over into the raid. And not even carrying over into the raid, they're just making it devastatingly easy. And so that's the kind of the takeaway from all this is we're trying to find characters that have value everywhere. So yeah, skill with Sam Wilson on the horizon it looks like, so what's interesting about that picture on Twitter is it looks like it's following the release pattern. So I want you guys to understand that that's something that's unique, in that we're getting kind of a tease as the in the release order from that picture, which I thought was actually pretty cool. So we'll go ahead and just get defense down to everybody because they can. And that's going to set up. We talked about her being an enabler for Kestrel. So we're going to showcase that in a second here. So all those defenses down. Now we finally get the Empowered Gamora. Empowered Gamora is just going to go right into NTW. Those bleeds are going to take her out of the battle. And we're going to have the opportunity to top these guys off even before we have any issues here. So with a kill, she would have gotten the energy. And you'll see that these guys are just building up more cooldowns. And yeah, Gamora is, now that she's empowered, we've got a crazy machine here. So now she's back. So now we got her kill here. So now she's back charged, which is something you want to be aware of. So try to flip it to defense down. Go ahead and just drop her ult. Just we won't even take any damage here. And we'll be able to just get these guys all topped off. So realistically, we showcased this before with a smaller Moondragon. I think you can safely say that Moondragon is just laughing off damage now. And so combined with Kestrel, they're definitely just destroying the enemy team. So you're going to want to adjust your skills. So I guess the question is, if you were planning on working on Colleen Wing, and this is the problem I have. She's a valuable character in the raid for now. She isn't going to carry into your arena. She's probably a decent character for Dark Dimension because of the deflects. And the bleed with the symbiote as a character. We are going to test that soon, so stay tuned. We're going to be taking a bunch of characters since the most recent release here. After Adam Warlock shows up, we're going to be sending everybody into Dark Dimension to see their actual value. But the biggest thing, the takeaway is here is we are getting, with all the bottlenecks still in the game, we are getting to the point where we just don't have the origin gear. So I will tell you that there was an announcement today from Zeke that said we don't have information about the raids yet. They hope to share it earlier on in the week. With the fact that there's origin gear challenges coming, and those were announced, I think it may be important to build characters to ISO 5 eventually here, and we're going to be in full evaluation mode, hopefully prepping you guys up. So if you guys aren't in the Doom raids right now, you might have lucked out and be able to save some resources and invest in characters that are just god tier good, like Sam Wilson. But every day you guys want to farm the dossiers. And we're going to go through it really quickly just to give you an idea. The problem with the origin gear has always been that they tend to bottleneck at some point. If you guys are sitting on a lot of origin gear, the fact that there's 4 skill characters that have value that have been released recently will mean that you'll see things like this, that we're just down behind the dossiers. So you got to make sure you're hitting these and farming these every day. The problem is, as you get to G15, they take a lot more of the origin gear, consuming it at a higher rate than you're acquiring it with only 3 nodes. So part of your farm routine, get ready for skill, especially if you want to take advantage of Sam Wilson's presence in the game coming up very soon. Anyway, I do think so you don't have to. And we're going to be evaluating this so far. So far, no regrets on Gamora. I've only got one more character that I'm going to be really cracking on with this patch for Adam Warlock for red stars. So once he shows up, I will have a massive Infinity Watch. So I balanced it out. I got the pull to 6 red elite on her, or pull to 6 promo credit on her, and I am loving her in my raids.